Hello everyone, I'm Yanfeng Wang. It's a great honor for me to attend the Advanced Environmental Design Studio today. Now I will start to introduce my final work on applied environmental design led by Professor Ikeda. And firstly, I want to introduce my site select. The construction site is in an art park located in my living city Chengdu. There is no strong sunlight in the city, but it rains for a long time in spring and autumn. Now we can see the specific site is in the square, shown as the stepped plot. On the side near the road is the main entrance of the area, and there are landscape corridors and ground beside the lake. And I choose the terrain of this stepped plot in the park, which is very special. The whole area has a proper elevation difference. People naturally place the visual center on the small ground from the roadside. People often naturally gather on the platform for activities. And in the whole park, there are other buildings full of artistic sense and interest, which makes the place frequented by local people. In this project, I hope that my pavilion can provide more social and cultural activities besides the ordinary function of shelter for rain, sun, wind. For example, pop-up shop, flash mob, group fitness activities, and even become places where some street artists can carry out art activities. And next, I will start to analyze my design process. My design state is to use carbon fiber rope and other fiber material to weave and forming different kinds of net structure. The engine is to use 5 rows robots to apply such a woven structure to the curved roof. The multiple layer weaving like a cocoon gives the roof shelter function of wind, rain, and sunlight. And this image is the final effect of my pavilion. Then I will explain my fabrication process. We can see it in the animation on the right. The whole structure is actually divided into 2 layers. The first layer is a wooden net supporting structure to support the whole roof. Above is a roof structure made of multi-layer carbon fiber. A hexagon and triangle wave structure in my first layer was used in Central Pompidou made by Mr. Shikeru. And in this project, they only use 4 pillars to support a roof of approximately 8,000 square meters. A similar structure was used in my design this time to support the undulating roof. And the supporting structures are intertwined with each other, and finally a complex and organic 3-dimensional roof is formed. And I also use 3D software to build such a complicated structure in my pavilion. First, I create a hexagonal grid like the first animation shows. Then I project the grid to target surface to construct the basic shape. And this is the battery. Then the grid is divided into 3 directions using the tree structure. We can see the group 1, group 2, and the group 3. And the third step, offset the 3 groups of the lines for creating gaps to weave with other groups. Then let the line segment become a 3-dimensional column structure. And finally merge 3 groups together to successfully form the roof. Then let me talk about the second layer, the roof structure. Silk looks light and thin, very fragile, but when it's woven into a cocoon in a variety of complex ways, it forms a new strong structure. And in this design, I also want to use the weaving method similar to cocoon production to construct the roof. I choose carbon fiber rope as the weaving material. Carbon fiber rope has good strength and excellent heat resistance, and has used in many construction projects. The whole construction process is mainly in the charge of robots. As we can see from the figure on the right, Kuka robot arm can weave carbon fiber rope by using the winding effector. The picture below shows that the UAV can transport rope in the air to provide weaving materials for robot arms. And in this page, I show the plain weaving method that can be used in this design. There are 4 kinds. We can see the first one is the sequential weaving, and the second one is the radial weaving, and the third one is the mesh weaving, and the last one is the random weaving. The animation on the right shows that the shape and structure of the roof can be enriched by adding various weaving layers. And finally, let us see how the final works look like. This page is a roof with low density of weaving layer. The gap and holes allow more light and the wind and rain to enter, enhancing users' perception and contact with the nature. The medium density start to block the sun and the rain. And when it comes to the rainy season, the densest weaving can be used so that people can move under the roof. Of course, because it's a linear wave, this allows us to do other kinds of weaving on the roof to achieve the purpose of opening windows for the roof. And finally, we can make a simple comparison of different weaving density and weaving methods. Because it's woven, we can adjust the shape of the roof in different seasons and different occasions to make the roof more applicable. And thank you.